This is my birthday week, so I have been reflecting on my life. And I want to start this message with a story from my childhood. It's a very short story, but it also takes several years. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be Wonder Woman. I would climb up on the back of my family's couch and jump off and spin around in the air and shout, "Wonder Woman!" Society later taught me that Wonder Woman was not an appropriate role model for a child assigned male at birth. Society allowed me to imitate Superman, but not Wonder Woman. I could play with G.I. Joe, but not Barbie. That's the short story. And it continues in my lifelong experience of self-discovery. Now, I perceive self-discovery as a part of the journey highlighted in our third and fourth UU principles. Our third principle mentions our encouragement to spiritual growth. And the fourth one is about seeking truth and meaning. Spiritual growth and our searches, plural, for truth and meaning are broad and multifaceted. They have countless aspects, numerous ingredients and dimensions and possibilities. Life is exciting. Let's think of life as a dance. Sometimes we may be led to think of life as a well-choreographed dance, a dance with prescribed steps and careful timing. I'm not good at that kind of dancing. I forget moves, my timing is off. Instead of stepping to the beat, I step on feet. And I have danced with some of you, so I know I'm not the only one. Back in June, we had our own Pride Sunday, 6 days before the Northwest Arkansas Pride Day. Of course, we participated in the NWA Pride events, and we wanted to have our own celebration right here, so we did. We had a Pride service that morning, and that afternoon, we had a tea dance. That's tea, the kind of tea you drink, T-E-A. It's not golf. Tea dances were popular in queer community decades ago, and they were social times to enjoy friendship, music, dancing, conversation, and refreshments. The events were called tea dances simply because they were at traditional tea time. At our tea dance, Diane taught us some dance moves. She's a dance instructor, and I'm so glad that she shared her expertise with us. But I struggled. At first, I just watched. Because when I learn an activity, I need to learn about it by hearing and observing before I try doing. But I never got it. After listening and watching, I would try to do the dance. I would get a few steps right and then get confused. And that's life for me. Maybe for some of you too. Maybe for all of us. Life is a dance. And some expect it to be a well-choreographed dance. I grew up learning the prescribed steps and timing. As a child, I was to develop a decent understanding of the Bible, an enjoyment of guns and trucks and male action figures, a desire for intimacy with a very specific group of people, and a commitment to saving sex for marriage. As an adult, I was to maintain consistent church attendance, go to college, get a job, get married, then have sex, and children, and live the rest of my life in a prescribed kind of domestic unit and vote conservatively. And never think about my whiteness. And I was never to consider any experience beyond that well-established plan. But you know me, I'm not good at that kind of dance. Instead of stepping to the beat, I step on feet. I wanted to learn the dance. I'm talking about life now. I wanted to learn the dance. I wanted to master the moves. I wanted to become what I was expected to be. But I kept messing up. Well, my life fit the plan in a few ways, but not in other ways. And maybe your life hasn't been exactly what you expected. Life doesn't always follow the plan. And the lyrics of our prelude relate to this experience. For copyright reasons, I won't read all the words, but here are just a few. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seemed. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed. But maybe life is a different kind of dance. A few days ago, Brenda and I were discussing this service, and my thoughts were still swirling around in my mind, like they always are, and I wrote these words. We have goals in life, dreams of who and how we want to be. Then we don't live up to those goals and dreams. And they even change. As we learn and grow, our thoughts and desires change. Our mental images of our ideal future selves change as we are pursuing other paths that either merge with the new paths or disappear to give way to the new paths. Growth is not simple or linear. It is dynamic and changing. And that's okay. Growth and change can lead to hope that as long as we put in the work, however we end up being can be good and exactly what we need. Let's go back to the tea dance story. It was right here in this room. The chairs were moved to free some space for dancing. Lively music was playing thanks to Jory, who was our DJ extraordinaire. I wanted to celebrate, but I'm not easily choreographed. I danced anyway. I danced however I wanted. I moved to my own beat, spontaneously discovered my own moves and timing, and stepped on whatever got in my way. Okay, I don't remember stepping on very many people. I'm just having fun with the story. The point is that the dance of life doesn't always need to fit the plan. There are other ways to dance, other ways to live. And it can be fun. Our random spontaneity, those steps and timings that surprise even the dancers who do them, all of those experiences by all the dancers can blend into a beautiful celebration of diversity and unity. When we seem limited in life, when we seem unable to live up to other people's expectations of us, when we choose not to live that plan because it's not for us, there's hope. Because that plan isn't the only way. Growth is not simple or linear, it is dynamic and changing. And community helps us in that growth. Earlier, I mentioned our third and fourth principles. Now let me include a few more of the words. Principle 3 mentions our encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. And principle 4 is about a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. I'll come back to that. This message is the third in a 4-part series about reasons to be a member of a group such as UU Fayetteville. I'm trying to design the messages so that each one makes sense individually. That way, if you miss 1 or 2 parts, you're not lost. The series is inspired by a Facebook post by Pastor Sharad Yadav. And it has some colorful language. And Stephanie surveyed the parents of UUFF children before I decided to read this. It says, it's a little bit long, it's 10 reasons, but it's worth it. As I try to remember why the hell I do this for a living, here is a handful of reasons, dear friends, to consider joining a church. 1, to join a church is to commit to a social circle you don't get to choose and can therefore show you whether your spirituality is bullshit or not. Number 2, joining a church is a way of practicing among a small group of people over a significant period of time what you would like the world to be like. Number 3, to join a church is to live in rebellion against the neoliberal and capitalist forces which are brainwashing you into making your consumer desire the center of the world, reducing all your experiences of the world, including all the people in it, to instruments and resources. Number 4, joining a church is to organize your life around a time to confess your limitations, culpability, and imperfections together with other people so that you can get used to receiving divine forgiveness and hope in response to your honesty. Number 5, to join a church is to resist all traditional loyalties to state, party, culture, family, or affinity in an act of loyalty to a group that transcends all natural categories. I might have worded that one slightly differently. Number 6, joining a church organizes your financial priorities around supporting an inclusive community for vulnerable people that you actually have to live with. Number 7, to join a church is to cultivate an environment unlike your home, work, or play, where your life is not measured according to any other purpose or goal than to discover and enjoy your own humanity. Number 8, joining a church is a way of maintaining healthy skepticism about human knowledge and capacities in the language of divine mystery. Number 9, to join a church is to cultivate an imagination for how your unique talents and creative potential can be offered on purpose for love instead of money. And number 10, joining a church is a life lesson in how to deal with assholes without retaliating, dehumanizing, or running away in the desperate hope of not becoming an asshole. We'll get to number 10 in a couple of weeks. This morning, our focus is number 4 with a little translation. One benefit of being a member of UUFF is that it's a community where you can be real about yourself and find hope for becoming the best possible version of yourself. And community can help with that. Growth can happen well in a community such as this. And the search for truth and meaning can be more responsible in community. Sure, I get to dance however I want. But sometimes I need someone to show me a new move, even if I don't get it. Sometimes I need someone to tell me that how I'm dancing might hurt someone. And sometimes I need to feed off the energy and enthusiasm of other dancers. So I encourage us to keep growing, keep exploring, keep living, keep dancing. Let's jump off the couch and shout.